Okay, so recently I found a photo on the internet and I wanted to share that with you guys today because I think that photo is really interesting and I know it can help a lot of people. So let's get into it. So, as you can see here, this is the photo that I'm talking about. Now, this photo shows you the three levels of human happiness. Okay, so we're gonna go through each level and you can kind of measure where you are and just make any adjustments just based off of what you see. Okay, let's get into it. Now, the first level of human happiness is pleasure. This is the lowest level of human happiness. Now, what's pleasure? Pleasure is pretty much anything that you do to just give yourself a sense of immediate gratification, you know? Now, this is probably the most common type of happiness that people engage in, just because nowadays it's really easy to do things that are going to give you a hit of pleasure. Now, this can be stuff like, watching movies, watching shows, watching sports, partying, casual sex, clubbing, shopping, binge eating, just things that, give you a temporary sense of fun and pleasure. Now, there's nothing really wrong with this, but the problem is it's just a really shallow form of happiness. Like there's no depth to it. So you can continuously engage in these kind of activities, but you're always going to be empty. And this is a major reason why many people in our society are lonely and empty because they're just doing things that are really shallow in terms of happiness and joy. So if you are in this level, you probably want to move up to the second level because the second level is going to give you a much more fulfilling sense of happiness and just more genuine joy. So, what is that second level? The second level is passion. Now, passion is pretty much anything or any activity that triggers that sense of curiosity, enthusiasm, and genuine desire to master whatever activity or task you found. So, this can be stuff like trying to master the art of making music or master the art of making movies, mastering a sport, trying to be the best writer that you can, trying to be the best cook that you can, just any activity that pulls you in. Like you find yourself immersed in this place because you love it, right? Kobe Bryant was probably the best example of this, right? Like rest in peace, Kobe. But yeah, Kobe was well known for pretty much being in love with basketball. And that's the kind of passion that I'm talking about, right? Now, not only is this good for your genuine sense of joy, but it's good for your ability to stay focused. Like when you have this sense of joy, all these other meaningless pleasures don't intrigue you because they don't give you that sense of joy your passion gives you. So it's really healthy in that sense as well. And I think everyone obviously should try and find something like that. Now, as healthy as this still isn't the highest form of happiness. So, the highest form of happiness is level three, which is purpose. Now, the reason why purpose is the highest form of happiness is because it gives you a real sense of fulfillment. And that's really what people mean when they say, I just want to be happy, right? They want to be fulfilled. And the only way to feel fulfilled is through this route that we're talking about on level three, purpose. So let's break this down. What is purpose? Purpose really comes down to knowing that you're a part of something bigger than you, right? You're a part of something that's bigger than you, and you're using your gifts, your talents, your skills, your passions to continuously contribute to this, sector of life that you've committed yourself to. Now, you can choose pretty much any sort of purpose that you want, but it's going to obviously vary based on your personality and wiring. So I wrote some examples here which I'm just going to read to you just I guess to give you some more examples to paint a clear picture and yeah, we can go further after that. So, a few examples are like just committing yourself to feeding the poor, building wells, inventing something that strengthens humanity, making movies that families can bond over worldwide, finding a cure to an illness, building an orphanage, building a school, being an active member at your place of worship, building a family, helping poor kids with their education, and so on. So, as you can see, it pretty much comes down to doing whatever you can to contribute to strengthening humanity. When you do that, you won't have that sense of nihilism and you won't feel like life is meaningless. Many people, in our society, they have that sense of nihilism because they're not a part of anything bigger. Like we're always told that happiness and joy is just doing things that give us pleasure. Now, obviously, purpose will give us pleasure, but it's a more real sense of happiness. It's not superficial and shallow. Purpose and fulfillment has a much more deeper joy to it, and it has a much longer lifespan in terms of happiness. So as long as we're doing whatever we can to make sure our thoughts revolve around doing things that are purposeful and meaningful, and just keep the idea of contribute to something that's bigger than us, we will always be in touch with that genuine sense of happiness we all want. And I think if we can get this idea more in the mainstream, it'll really help everyone get out of this sense of misery and just confusion and feeling lost, because that's obviously, a huge thing nowadays. So yeah. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm going to put a link in the video description that'll take you to the website where I found this photo, and you can save it or, send it to a friend and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully you got something out of this, and I will see you on the next one. Love you all. Take care.